All right, guys. How are you? Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Come on in. Come on in.
The house that Jocelyn
Welcome.
grew up in had a butcher block. So I speak from experience when I say it's not sanitary. Jocelyn, does this feel a little bit?
All right, guys. And if you could make sure that you are muted when you come in, so we don't have any interruptions. But guys, I'm excited that you are here. Welcome. We are going to get started here really, really soon. And yeah, I'm pumped for our night two of How to Teach Cookie class. We are talking all things filling the seats. So making sure that you are filling up those classes. Let us know where you are joining us from. And I want to know what your biggest takeaway was from last night. So let us know in the chat. Let us know where you're joining us from, what city or state, and let us know what was your biggest takeaway from last night. I want to hear what it is. I'm going to make sure we are in the Facebook group and that we are set and ready to go. So I am pumped for tonight. Tonight is like my jam. I love talking about marketing and how you are promoting your classes and all of that great stuff. So let's make sure that we are live in the Facebook group. Awesome. 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 Okay. How are you guys? How are you guys? Um, oh, it's want me to create like an event for tomorrow night. No, I'm not going to create an event for tomorrow night. But how are you guys? Welcome. Y'all come on in. Come on in. I apologize for my nasally voice here. I am dealing with a sinus infection, and so that is super, super fun. Um, and last night, guys, like I laid down, and like when you have a sinus infection, it's just like the drainage, it's just like everywhere. But I have to tell you, as much as I was thinking about like the drainage and stuff that was going on and this sinus stuff, I could not stop thinking about classes and thinking about cookie classes and how you guys are gonna get wins and how you can get people into your classes. And I was thinking about it, and I was thinking about ideas for reels. I was thinking about ideas. I may have to stand up because sometimes it just like helps clear my head. So take advantage of the freezer. Yes, and the kiss method. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Super simple. We'll call it that. Okay, excited that you guys are here. Welcome. We've got Mia joining from Virginia. We got Michelle. We've got Lauren. Oh, let me hear it. Let me join over here so I can see it myself. We've got easy money. Yes, easy money. Listen, I love custom orders. I love serving my customers there, but I need some ways that I am not killing myself to make a buck, right? Um, I think that let me grab the tray here real quick. I believe that it is I believe it is 12 well, actually, if you are a cookier and you don't have a measuring tape on your desk, what are you even doing? Because I use this thing all the time. It is, I'm going to say it's probably 12 or maybe it's like 13 and a quarter and 9.5. So it's 13 and a quarter and 9.5. These are the ones that I like to use for classes a lot. So I think I was supposed to do that link for you guys. Like that's the kind of stuff that I was thinking about last night. Like, okay, I need to make sure like I show them that cherry class, which I haven't showed that yet. I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to post that one tonight. Um, awesome, Joanne. Awesome. Christy, good to see you from South Carolina. Tammy is excited for night two. Letitia, yes, yes. Okay, biggest takeaway is that you should just go out there and teach, even if you're not at all perfect. Yes, start where you are. Um, Let's see, I gotta join over here. Start where you are and build on those skills. Have fun. People will not only pay for your classes, but they will pay for someone who pumps them up, has fun, and teaches something that they have interest in. Absolutely, 100%. I'm gonna screenshot that because that is so good. So pause while I screenshot that because I can't like it records or it saves your lives like your conversation's weird in Zoom. What size tray? Okay, I think I got that one. I was scrolling back up. From Japan. Welcome. How cool is that? Welcome, welcome. From Japan. Easy money. We like easy money. I love that takeaway. I can't see who it from. It just says owner. Um, but hello from Argentina. What did you use for the class table to hold the piping bags? Um, so I a lot of times I use a clear cup. A lot of times, or sometimes I will just put them on the table. So it just kind of depends. I also have I have silicone mats that I use as well that work so that your icing's not spilling out everywhere. I've been praying for something else that I can do with my cookies. I came across your link and I'm excited and believe that I can do this. Yes, Kim, absolutely. You can do this. I'm so excited that you were here. That is so great. So yeah, I will use this solo cups. Um, like you think of like the red ones, I like the clear ones so they can see through it. Makes it just like a little bit easier. Pardon me as I have to blow my nose. So I am probably going to stand up here in just a minute so that I can get a clear head. That's what we are working with. So awesome. Hi from Baltimore. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, guys, I am going to post the link one more time for the workbook. If you did not get the workbook and you still are interested and you still would like to get it, I am going to post it here. I'll post the link so that you can grab it. Terry said, where do I buy these trays? I get these from webstaurant.com. And you're just gonna, I will post that. I'm gonna like, let me make a list here of what I need to post after this. Um, so that I can post that in the Facebook group. Um, so that you guys can see where you can grab this. So I'm happy to share that link with you. Okay, let me share the link for the workbook. If you are wanting to grab the workbook, you can grab that. I'm going to grab it right here and post it. I'm going to post it right here. I feel like I have been clicking and posting all day long. It's been great. Hi from Indiana. They have them at Hobby Lobby? No kidding, Joyce. No kidding. Okay. That gives me an excuse to go to Hobby Lobby, and I'm not sad about that. I am not sad about that at all. I'm gonna have to go check that out. Man, that's fantastic. Um, that would be so Webstaurant, like they are priced fairly well. Like they're not a crazy price. But what I don't like is I'm just trying to get the link for this. What I don't like is the shipping is a lot for Webstraw. And so I don't love that. I don't love that. The shipping is just kind of crazy. So if you're gonna buy them, buy a bunch at a time. Okay, why can't I do this? I'm trying to, I gotta send myself this link for the tray so I can give that to you guys. Or no, the workbook. I'm sorry, the workbook. I'm gonna link the workbook for you so that you have those, so you can still get the workbook. It will be sent out most likely tomorrow morning, first thing. I just want to make sure that we have everything in there that we cover in the class that will be in the workbook. So that will be coming to you. Okay, now did it post it? I guess it did. It like disappeared. Okay. Oh, there it is. I wonder if I can I pin it? Pin comment. Look at that. Sweet. Okay. We are going to get started. So that is your link for the workbook. If you still want to get it, you can. Would be happy to send that to you tomorrow. It'll be going out tomorrow. I wish I could pin the comment here on Zoom. You're sending out the one that we paid for tonight or tomorrow morning. Like I had said, it would be afterwards. I want to make sure that I have everything in there that we are covering today. So it will go out first thing in the morning. I figured out my cost for the cookie classes last night after night one, and how much do you suggest the profit part be? So what percentage? So that's going to determine how much do you want to make per hour. Do you want to be making $10 an hour? Do you feel like you should be making $20 an hour? Do you feel like you should be making $30 an hour? That's really what it comes down to. Is what are you most comfortable with? And also it's going to determine how much time do you have? If you have, when I started teaching classes, and I still have younger kids that are involved in swim and dance and sports and things like that, and other like school activities. I have 3 kids. I was about to say four. I have 3 kids. Um, I had like a limited amount of time that I could dedicate to my business every week because I'm one person, like I can only do so much. So I had to figure out what was I most comfortable with. Just like I did with my custom orders. I figured out, hey, 13 dozen cookies a week was my jam. Then when I started teaching classes, I realized, hey, a class of 12 people once a week is my jam. I could do that. I could handle that without any problems. And I was comfortable with that. So you got to figure out like what are you what's your capacity of how much you want to work. Maybe you're retired and you don't have kids at home and you have a lot more time than say someone that has smaller kids or babies and they're working in those fringe hours. So it's really going to depend on how much you want with the profit. We said last night if you're charging that $50, you're profiting 30. So what is that? That's like not 50%. What is that? I forgot how much that is. If you're charging 50 and well, then that's a little bit more. That's about 60%. So I think if you are profiting like 50% or more, it's going to be a really great place for you to start. As your skills begin to grow and as you get more involved in your community and you start building that up, you can start charging more for your classes. I bought the workbook last night and received it by email. Was this the wrong one? The workbook will be sent to you. You will download the workbook when you get to it. I don't think that we sent out the workbook. I'm pretty sure, unless we had it on an automation that I just didn't know about. Um, so I can check that real quick. I received the workbook on Saturday. Will an updated version based on. Um, hmm. Okay. Well, we will we will work on that. I guess there was an automation I wasn't aware of. Um, yeah, because it wasn't supposed to go out on Saturday. That is really weird. We've had some other weird things with our email. Um, so I'm not really sure. I don't want to spend the time to look it up right now. Um, I will dig into that afterwards, but I will make sure that you have the most up-to-date version. Um, and had it by this morning. Okay, well, we will make sure that you will have the updated version and make sure it's the right one and it has everything in there. No, it wasn't in my shop. It's only if you have the link. Um, that's the only place you can get it. Is it through the link when you join the workshop? All right, guys, are we ready to get started? Are we ready to get started? I am ready to talk to you guys about marketing and promoting your classes. And okay, Deb, okay, I don't. Okay, maybe it's the latest one, and I thought we were sending it out after the workshop. So that must have just been a miscommunication with my team. So I apologize for telling you guys differently, but I will make sure that you have the latest, greatest version of that to make sure. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to get my screen going here. And I apologize for, I'm trying not to snuffle like that, for the delay. My computer has been going so slow today, and I'm sure it's going to. Oh, can't allow this pop up. Oh, well, let's try again. I'm sure it will be nice and go slow for me tonight as well. But it just takes a second to share all the things here. Okay. And then Jane, you never got the workbook and you ordered a week ago. Okay. We are going to send it out. Regardless, I will send it out again tomorrow morning. Even if you already got it, I'm going to send it out to you again just so that you make sure you have it. It will be a PDF download. So it's an ebook that you will be able to open up and you'll be able to print it out. If you're like me, I like to have paper. I like to be able to touch it and see it. And so I want you to be able to print it out and have it in hand. Okay, let's get this. Okay, alrighty, friends. Alrighty, we are ready to get started with night 2 of our cookie class boot camp. How to sell out your cookie classes and fill all the seats. I'm going to do just like a little recap of last night for you guys, and we are going to talk. I shared with you guys in case you did not make it to our class last night, which is totally fine. You can watch the replay. If you did not get the replay, you should have all got that email. I sent out the replay this morning. And so if you did not get the replay, I'm happy to share that with you. It's also in our Facebook group, the How to Teach a Cookie Class Facebook group. But I can send that back out to you just in case you missed last night. I'm happy to share that with you. But I am Summer with Summer Sweet Shop. I am the owner of Summer Sweet Shop. I have been decorating cookies for over 15 years, which sounds like a really long time. I know I don't look that old, but I started decorating cookies after a cake decorating class from Michael's Craft Store, and we went to a birthday party about a year after I had started taking or started. Making cakes, and I saw these decorated ice cookies that I was mesmerized by, and I said I have to learn how to make these. And so I went home and started researching how to make decorated sugar cookies. I found some blogs like Bake It 350 and Sweet Sugar Bell had amazing blogs that showed you exactly how to decorate cookies, and I was mesmerized. I was studying everything that they were doing so that I can learn how to do this. I got my first cookie cutter back here, this pumpkin cookie cutter from Wilton. It's like the big, it has like the rubber around the end and everything. And I taught myself how to make these pumpkin cookie cutters and pumpkin cookies. And I fell in love with cookies and loved them so much. And I said, I have to make more of these. This is so great. Well, my family got tired of eating them and said, you need to do something else with these. And so I started giving them to friends. I started taking them to um, events. I started taking them to, if we went to a Super Bowl party, I was bringing Super Bowl cookies. If we were going to a Bible study, I'd bring extra cookies there. I would bring ones to my mom's groups. Anything that I can think of that I can make cookies for, I was making them. And shortly after I started doing that, my friends started asking me to buy cookies from me that I can make for their birthday parties, for their showers, for their events, their special occasions that they were doing with their families. And I was like, okay, I can do that. I can share. I can make those cookies for you. That can work. Sorry, that just let those people in here. Ah, oh no, hang on, hang on. It got rid of my square there. Okay, just a little, Oh, I did it again. Okay. It keeps changing it's changing my how I'm seeing my presentation. Okay. So I started selling cookies from that. I started selling them from my friends wanting them, like I said. And I was like, okay, this could be really, really great. We ended up moving about 2 years into doing all of that. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I've got to start my business all over again. And so that's what I did. And we moved here, we live right outside of Nashville. And I said, okay, well, I am going to have to like restart this all over again and figure out how I'm going to grow this business and how I'm going to promote. And about 2017, I've been decorating cookies for about 10 years and I was exhausted. I was tired and I was like, there's got to be an easier way to do this. I wanted to scale my business, I wanted to grow, but I also knew that I was at capacity. I couldn't take on any more orders. I was already increasing my prices every year, like you're supposed to do. And I knew that the way that I was running my business, I could not sustain it. I was staying up late multiple nights a week. I was working my tail off, and I was frustrated by the number that I was seeing in the bank account. And I was like, that's it? Like, okay, like I'm pouring everything that I have, every spare moment that I have into making these custom cookies and these holiday cookies. And that's it. I was super frustrated. Oh, I love seeing you guys making your cookies on the videos. I love it. And so I was like, how can I scale this? And it was when my friend Laura was like, in 2017, she was like, Summer, you've got to start teaching classes. And I was like, I don't know if I really want to do that. Well, I had a lot of fears. I thought I was going to teach my competition. They're going to go out and start their own business. I thought, I'm not the best cookie decorator. Why would anybody want to come take a class from me? Because I'm not the best decorator there is. And I thought, what if I don't really like teaching? What if I don't like this? What if it's not something that I want to do? But I decided to just put those fears aside because I knew in order for me to scale my business and to grow, that was what I needed to at least experiment and try to do. And I'll tell you that after that first class that I taught, I taught it right out of my home. I had 12 people here, 6 people around 2 tables, and I had the best time. And I realized even though I didn't have it all together, I made mistakes. I definitely decorated cookies that like we probably shouldn't have done because they were too difficult or they broke. Have done that several times, or I didn't have the right amount of icing. I made too much icing. Usually that's what my problem is. I make too much icing. But here's the thing is I said I'm not going to let those fears and those doubts get in the way of me growing my business. I knew that I wanted to do that and I had to just put those thoughts aside and say, you know what? We're going to try this and we're going to see if this works. If it doesn't work, if I hate teaching, if nobody comes to my classes, then I'll just stop and I'll do something different. But I had to at least try and see if I could do it. And what happened was I had the best time. I had so much fun. I enjoyed it so much. And I loved it. Okay, I'm going to try and let these people in. Let me see if I can. This is where I messed up before, as I let them in. And oh, I can just admit them. Okay, I think we're good. But I like seeing you guys at the top here. Okay. So that's just a little about me and now how I got started teaching classes. And maybe you were in a similar situation that you're like, I want to grow. I love custom cookies, but it's exhausting. It's a lot of work. And I wanted an extra income that I could add to my business. I never was like, hey, I want to get rid of custom cookies and holiday cookies and I never want to do them again. Because listen, I love a like assembly line Christmas tree, snowman, you name it. Like I can jam out on that. But I knew that I was exhausted and I knew there had to be a better way. How could I do this better so that I'm not just working myself to death? Because I was burned out. I was exhausted and I was like, I can't keep doing this. I can't keep doing this. And I didn't want to stop doing cookies because I love cookies so much. I didn't want to stop, but I knew that like I had to figure out something else. So you're going to benefit from this training tonight. We talked a little about this last night. These are different ones that you are scared that no one's going to sign up for your class. You're going to think that maybe you don't have the audience who will buy your classes. Maybe you think that like you have to be a big influencer or have a really big following in order for people to come to your class. Absolutely not. You may think that you have no ideas of where to begin to promote your class. Absolutely not. Maybe you're just in a in a stuck part with social media and you're like, I don't know how to use social media. I don't know how to use that to promote my classes. This is going to help you tonight because we're going to talk about social media as well as a big part of promoting your class. And maybe you're like, I don't even know what platforms to show up on to sell in my classes. We're going to talk about that as well. And I'm going to show you how. My favorite part is you're going to be able to leverage the custom cookie clients that you already have. And those are going to be your future students, the ones that are going to be coming to your cookie classes. So we're going to go over some things tonight that we're going to talk about selling the experience. Man, it's got that yellow mark on there again. We're just going to go with it. Selling your experience to for your class. We're going to talk about building your pre-launch buzz and how you're creating that buzz around your class. We're going to talk about marketing your class. We're going to talk about expanding your reach. And we're going to talk about that strategic action that you can take right away when you leave here for your classes. So I want you to make sure that you stick around to till the end. We're going to have live Q&A at the end. So if you have questions, you can go ahead and put them in the chat. I would love to get your questions. We're going to have those at the end. We're going to go about 45, 60 minutes on this session. And so I will make sure to answer all of your questions, whether you have questions about classes, questions about cookie classes to cash, whatever it is, I'm happy to answer any and all of your questions. So make sure you put those in the chat. I'll be getting to those and we'll get to those. And all right, so before we get started, I'm going to I think I might stand up so that I can have a fresh head. Um, and I'm short, so it's all good. Um, we'll just move this up a little bit. Okay, guys. So let's talk about selling your experience. Okay. When people are coming to your class, they don't want to just come to your class and buy your class because they want to become the next cookie decorator, right? They are coming to their class because they want to have a fun, memorable experience. They're there to have a good time. They're there to have fun. They're there to have some delicious cookies and hopefully some pretty cookies to take home to their family, maybe take home to in the car for them to eat on the way home. Whatever it is, that's what they are there for. They are there for the experience. They're not necessarily there to become the next cookie decorator. Now, I think I would say probably a very small percentage of people are there to learn this new craft and skill so that they can start selling cookies. I would say it's a very, very small percentage of people. And like I said earlier, that was a fear of mine that I thought people are going to come to this class because they want to learn how to make cookies and they can start their own business. And I was like, I do not want to do that. That's going to take away all of my custom cookie customers. But that was silly thinking. It was silly thinking. Even in 2017, when not many people were teaching cookie classes, right? And so you think, oh, well, summer like that was back when nobody was teaching it, so they didn't have anyone else to learn. Yeah. And I still didn't have that problem. I still didn't have people that were coming to my class going, I want to learn how to do this so I can start selling cookies. Absolutely not. Did I have students that came to class that fell in love with cookies just like I did, and then they did end up selling their cookies later on? Yes, I did have some amazing students, students that live close to me that they never took my clients. They never took my customers from me because guess what? There was enough to go around. They were not having to take my clients. There was plenty of business to go around. I promise you. If I mean, just think about it. If you are turning down custom orders all the time, if you're selling out of all of your pop-ups and holiday orders, there's plenty to go around, I promise. Okay, so when you are planning that experience for your class, I want you to think about some things when you were planning this class and how you're going to use these things to promote your classes. I want you to be thinking about posting photos of past classes. Now, I always recommend when you are starting to teach cookie classes that you do a sample party. If you want to call it a guinea pig party, if you want to call it your first party, your practice party, whatever you want to call it, your practice class, whatever. And this is when you're inviting your mom, your sister, your best friend, your neighbors. You're going to invite them over and you're going to have them come to one of your cookie classes. Whether you want to charge them or not, that's totally up to you. But you're going to have a practice class. This is going to help you to get familiar with teaching cookies and teaching the art of cookies. This is going to help you to build your confidence so that you know that you can do this with strangers. And this is going to help you to know if this is something that you want to do. I highly recommend that you do these practice parties. When you do, I want you to take some pictures. I would know it can be hard because you're like, I am just focused on teaching the class, but I want you to think about taking pictures of people that are smiling, decorating their cookies. They're probably concentrating really hard decorating their cookies. I want you to take pictures of you setting up that cookie class. I want you to take some real life photos and videos of you teaching those classes. Because why? You're going to be able to use those photos and those videos down the road. I wish that I would have taught more, or I wish I would have used and taken more videos when I was teaching my classes and doing them more often. I do still teach in person classes now, but I would have loved to have some of those first ones to be able to reference back and to be able to use for marketing purposes. So make sure that you are doing that. Make sure that you are doing that practice party. You're taking the pictures and you're taking the photos and taking the videos. All right, you are going to be highlighting the vibe. What is the vibe? Like, and this is not like what skills they're going to learn. This is not, hey, we're learning what on what. This is not, hey, we're learning marbling technique. This is the vibe. Like, what is the vibe when they come in? Is it super serious? And they're like, okay, this is like really serious. This is like really intense. Um, or is it lighthearted? Are you playing music in the background? Are you having fun with them? Are you offering refreshments for them in the class? Maybe you do like a goodie party, maybe or goodie bag. Maybe you do a door prize during the class. What things? What kind of vibe are you providing? Are you letting them know that there's no experience needed? I always recommend that you put that on your registration pages. No experience needed. All of the classes that we teach inside of Cookie Classes to Cash are all beginner friendly. They are all for people designed. If you've never picked up a piping bag before, you're going to be able to make these cookies with the right instructions. Are you doing that vibe of the perfect girls' night out? Are you going to be able to, are they going to be able to leave with beautiful cookies and the confidence to be able to make cookies later on at home when it's Christmas time or Easter and they're making cookies with their family? That's the kind of vibe that you are going to be thinking about. What kind of vibe do you want to have in your classes? And then we have, I want you to speak to their desires. And how are you going to do that? With girls' night outs, those where you are. So think about that when you're talking about your class and you're thinking about that email that you're going to be writing to your customers. You're thinking about what classes that you want to be teaching. How are you speaking to those desires? If you are like, hey, I really love this specific cookie theme, but you know that you have a lot of mothers and daughters that are custom cookiers, or I'm sorry, there are custom customers. They've ordered custom cookies for you from you. That's going to be a great indication for you to do like a mother daughter class or to do a Mother's Day class. What are some ones that you can do like around different holidays that are going to speak to your audience and what their desires are? Um, So that's going to be a big indication too of what you can do. And then it makes sure when you're talking about your class, when you're promoting your class, you're including that transformation. People are not just buying for that class and that set of cookies. They're buying for that transformation. That transformation, I love to show this so much, is they're going to see the difference from that first cookie to the last cookie, right? They're going to be able to see, like, wow, you can really tell a difference in my skill from this first cookie to my last cookie, and to see what that transformation was like. What are they going to walk away with? They're not going to walk away with just beautiful cookies. They're walking away with confidence, that confidence that they can create these cookies. Like I said, they can make cookies at home. They're able to show off these cookies to their friends, to their neighbors, and say, look what I did at this cookie class. I was able to make these cookies and have so much fun in the process. So you are selling that experience with them. Don't think of it, don't overthink it that you're like, I am just here to, like, I've got to teach them all of these techniques and it's got to be just right. And we've got to have just the right consistency and we got to have just the right techniques to share with them. They're there to have a good time. They're there to have a good time. And you're going to be able to create that experience with them with the right instructions, with a fun vibe, and they're going to want to come back over and over and over again. I promise you. And you think, why would they come back to another class? Because you're going to have different designs, you're going to have different colors, you're going to have different techniques that they're going to get to learn, and they're going to want to come and hang out with you and say, this was so much fun. I want to do it again. Okay, let's talk about module two is our buzz around our classes. How are you creating this buzz around your class? Because this is what you have to do in order to sell your classes well, is you're creating this buzz. So let's talk about what that looks like and how you're going to be able to do that. Number one is you've got to warm up your audience. You can't just drop a class link in an email or on social media and expect it to sell out. Unfortunately, the movie of Field of Dreams, if you're in your 40s, you know the movie Field of Dreams, where if you build it, they will come, was the phrase. And unfortunately, they sold us a bag of goods when they sent that movie and gave that movie to us, because unfortunately, it's not that you can just put a class out there and poof, you have all these people sign up. You have to generate a buzz and you have to build anticipation. The best way that I see people doing this online is with influencers who have their own brands and their own businesses. You see them talking about it ad nauseum. Is that a word? Like, you just see them talking about it constantly. And there's all this hype and there's all this buzz and there's all this drama with these items that typically they are consumer products that they are selling. And you're like, if I hear about that shoe or that skirt or that headband that they designed, I might throw up. But you know what they've done is they have built a buzz around their product. And that's what you're going to do as well. You're going to build this buzz. You're going to talk about your classes like it is the most amazing thing that you've ever done in your business. Okay. And, I even say, like, and I say this also, and I've heard this for several years. If you are not tired of talking about it, you're not tired of talking about your class that you've got coming up in 2 weeks and 3 weeks, then you're not talking about it enough. I am so tired of talking about the boot camp. I have talked about it till I am blue in the face. I feel like all I do is I come on the stories and I talk about this boot camp because I wanted people to join this boot camp, to come to this boot camp, to learn about cookie classes and how they can start cookie classes themselves. And so you've got to build that buzz around it. Um, you've got to make it, I don't want to say you want to make it dramatic, but you want to make it so that they know that it's important. You can't just say it one or two times and send one email, do one social media reel, do one story post on it. You've got to be talking about it. It doesn't have to take over your whole business, because maybe you're still doing holiday orders, maybe you're still doing custom orders over here, and that's great. but I want you to really focus. When it's that deadline and you've got those ticket sales on sale, you've got to be focused on creating that buzz of your classes. So action items that you're going to take to warm up your audience is you're going to share sneak peeks of your classes. This is one amazing way that you can share. We have a wonderful medium of cookies that are very visually stimulating, right? People love to see pictures of cookies. They love to see videos of cookies. And so use that to your advantage. You don't have to show your face. You don't have to show your face if you don't want to. If you're like, I don't want to show my face on social media. I don't want to show my face on a picture of me teaching a class in my email, like that's not my jam. That's totally fine. I want you to showcase your cookies. I want you to show the cookies all set up in a beautiful picture. I want you to show you decorating those cookies. I want you to show sneak peeks of you preparing for your class. Maybe that's is something as simple as making your icing. People love that. They love to see sneak peeks. I am the biggest like sneak peek junkie of I want to see behind the scenes. I want to know what's really going on. Okay, she's teaching this class and she's got like 6 cookies and she's got 20 people coming. How long has it taken her to make those cookies? I wonder. How long is it taking her to bag that icing? I'm curious. I want to know. I want to see her doing that. And that's what's going to draw your audience. That's going to help create that buzz for your classes, okay? Behind the scenes baking and prepping, super huge. Maybe it's you just like pulling cookies out of the oven. It could be you just panning their camera over those pictures of the cookies that you just pulled out of the oven because you know what they're going to ask you too? Hey, how'd your cookies get to be so perfect? How did they not spread? How did you make your icing? How did you do that? And guess what? That engagement is going to help create that buzz. It's going to help create more eyeballs on your content. I think I have this in here. Um, I'm not sure. I might have deleted this slide, but I said the more eyeballs that are on your stuff, the more likely it is for you to sell out your classes. So you want the more eyeballs, even if you're like, these people are not going to buy my class. That's my neighbor asking me, and I know she has no interest in coming to my cookie class. You never know. But also, that engagement helps build that buzz. Also, you can use polls to poll your audience. So use the polls that are in stories, use them on your Facebook page, use them in your Instagram page. That is going to be super huge for you to build that engagement with your audience. If you notice here, all of these items here, these action items, are all helping you build engagement with your audience. You want them to take action, which is great because there are action items. You want them to take action when it comes to seeing your content online. You don't want them just to be looky-loos, to be like, oh, okay, that's fine. How can you create that engagement? Whether that's sliding a bar, do you like to see this? Whether that's asking a poll somewhere, whether that's asking a question. People love, we're going to talk about this here in a bit. People love to do a this or a that. Like, should I teach this class or should I teach the golf class? People love to tell you their opinion and they're very opinionated. And they will tell you, like, I want you to teach that cherry one. I'm going to come to it. Like, that's the one you should do. Or, hey, I have no interest in coming to it, but I'm going to tell you what I think. Um, and I believe that's my next slide. We talk about this. So use those polls of would you decorate this or that? So what works out really well with cookie classes to cash, I'm going to talk about this later, is we do 2 brand new classes every single month. So like this month we have the cherry class and we have the golf class. I can throw those up there. My students can throw those up there and say, which one of these should I teach this month? And guess what? You're not just using that poll for engagement. You're legit using that poll to decide which one you're going to teach. You've got your venue, you've got your time, your location, you've got your emails ready to go. You just need to know which class they want to take. Okay. I'll go pause here real quick. You can even say, which design do you want me to teach? What do you want to learn in a cookie class? Ask them because you know what? When you ask them, your audience, the people that are coming, they will tell you what they want. They're going to tell you what they want. You want to make sure that you tease your class theme early enough. I've seen several people ask, I think it was in the How to Teach a Cookie Class workshop. It might have been a Cookie Classes to Cash Facebook group. I've got a lot of them out there. But somebody said, how soon are you talking about your class? How soon are you releasing those tickets? And most of them said a month to 3 weeks out, minimum. Minimum is you want to be releasing it. The great thing about our classes and Cookie Classes to Cash is we release things 2 months in advance of that said holiday. So we just released, what did we release? We released Mother's Day. We did a Mother's Day tea. We released that in April because Mother's Day is in May. So I wanted to give you plenty of time to be able to do that class because Mother's Day is the beginning or the middle of May. We did our Fiesta class in we did our Fiesta class in March because Cinco de Mayo is at the beginning of May. So we did our Fiesta class so that you could have a Cinco de Mayo class in May, but you had plenty of time to prep for that, to make your cookie samples, to set up your emails, to set up your registration and payment so that it is super seamless for your audience. Again, you want to showcase the behind the scenes. What does it look like? Don't overthink it. Don't think that every photo and video that you share has to be picture perfect. If you've never heard of B-roll before, that's the like behind the scenes look. That's when you're watching like the news and they do like a cutaway, or say you're watching even like I think of like old sitcoms, and they show like the front of the house, or they show the car or something that they're riding in. That's B-roll. So think about how you can use that extra footage that you've got of prepping for your class. It could even just be packing all of the supplies that you're taking to a cookie class into your car. It doesn't have to be perfect. You totally can use a 10-second clip as a reel to promote your classes. And people are going to say, what is she doing with all of that stuff? I wonder where she's going. You're creating that buzz and you're creating that FOMO of, I want to know what she's got going on. I want to know where she's teaching that class. Like that looks like so much fun, right? And then share your class prep. How are you prepping for that class? And then again, you're going to poll your audience. Okay, you've got to talk about your class before it opens for registration. You're sharing those sneak peeks. That's before they're even registering. Think about people that are getting married and they're sending those like save the dates. You could do the same thing with your cookie classes and send them a save the date. You can especially do this to your VIP, which are your very important customers who buy your cookies from you all the time. They already know and love and trust you. So they already love your cookies. They're going to be your first customers. They're going to want to sign up. So you've got to start talking about those classes before. Start dropping those hints of, hey guys, I've got something really exciting coming and I'm really excited to be teaching this next class. I'm going to show you like a little sneak peek, show them like one cookie that you're going to be decorating that's in the set. So great to just build that buzz. Okay, module number 3 is marketing your cookie class. One of my favorite parts of this workshop is this module here, is marketing your class. I'm going to pause. I apologize for my stuffiness. Okay, marketing your class, messaging matters so much. This is where it was. So getting eyes on your class is 100% correlated to getting butts in the seats. You got to get butts in the seats. So your goal is you are helping people have a fun experience. Remember, we're not looking for the next greatest cookie decorator, right? We are just inviting them to something fun, to have a fun girls' night out, to have a fun night that they are just relaxing, having a little therapy, a little cookie therapy, and having a great time. That's what your goal is. People buy from transformations. So you're going to talk about what they're going to walk away with. They're going to walk away with new skills. They're going to walk away with confidence. And hopefully they're going to walk away with some pretty cookies, right? And delicious cookies, mind you, as well. So that's what you're going to be selling to them. I say you're selling that to them, that's how you're talking about it. You're talking about that transformation. You're not just saying over and over and over again, hey, come to my cookie class. It's going to be fun. Like you're talking about that transformation. Come to my cookie class so that you can make these cookies at Easter time, at Christmas time with your kids, so that you can have fun decorated cookies for a fun time, for therapy, for a girls' night out. What is it that transformation, what are they getting in that transformation when they come to your class? I want you to really, really focus on that because that messaging makes such a difference in butts in the seats. Okay, when you are getting ready, you've got your class set up, you've got the date, you got the location, you got the time, you got all of that. You've got to start marketing your class. You've already started talking about it, and maybe you've like put out these teasers about it, shown this behind the scenes like we've been talking about, and now it's time to like put some action, like real action behind it. Of like, oh, okay, I've got an email about this. So you're going to send at least 3 emails about this class. I recommend that you send more than that. But if you're just starting out, you're going to send 3 emails. The first one is going to be your announcement email. This is a, hey, this is when the doors open. So this is not a save the date email. You can do a save the date email. This is the announcement of like, hey, here is the cookie class that I'm going to be teaching. This is where I'm teaching it at. This is the time. And this is how you sign up. I always say you want to have 4 major things always in each of your emails. You want to have the date, you want to have the time, you want to have the location, and you want to have where they register for that class. If you're using Wix, if you're using Square, maybe you're using Eventbrite, wherever it is that they register, please, please, please have that on every email that you have going out when you're talking about your class. Because there's nothing more frustrating. I've seen this in my own community of a class. I see a class advertised, and I'm like, oh, okay, like, well, how do I register for that class? There's nowhere, there's no link, there's no way to register, there's no QR code, there's nothing. And so don't leave your customers hanging. Make sure you have those 4 pieces: time, date, time, location, and how they can sign up. Then you're going to send a reminder email. You're going to send this reminder email about a week after that first announcement email. This one is going to be, hey, emphasize that you have limited seats available, which you all are going to have limited seats available in your class, and show just like a little behind the scenes prep for your class. That's what you're going to be showing them in this email that's going to go out the week after your announcement. And this is if you are, I should have said this in the beginning, this is if you're doing like a 3 week out push to your class. And then you have that last call email. Figure out when is your cutoff date. If you're like, I have to know at 5 days before the class, this is when I need to know and have final numbers. Or maybe it's 3 days before the class. I always say, people ask me all the time, like, what is my cutoff? It's whenever I have to start baking the cookies and making my icing. That's when my cutoff is. If I have a class that is on Saturday and I know that like I'm going to start on Monday, then my cutoff is on Sunday. So just remember that of when, where is your cutoff? That's when you're going to have your last call email before that, obviously. You're going to send that 2 or 3 days before your cutoff time. And this is going to talk about scarcity. So this is going to say, like, I only have 2 seats available left. I only have one more seat available. This is going to share testimonials from previous classes, and you're going to create that urgency with them. And that urgency is, hey, I'm about to close the doors. Like I'm not taking any more people. There's only a couple more seats available. That's what you're going to be talking about in that email. Is you are really talking about that urgency and you're talking about that scarcity. Okay. Let's talk a little bit more about social media. So this is the type of content that you want to share on social media. You're going to show it off. You're not going to just talk about it. Okay. So number one, these are some ways we're going to talk about 4 different ways that you're going to be using social media to share about your classes. Number one is you're going to share behind the scenes. Again, I love a behind the scenes. It's totally my jam. I want to know what's really going on. Tell me all of the details. I want to know what's going on. So you're showing baking your cookies. You're showing mixing your icing. You're showing bagging your icing, maybe setting up for your class as you're getting ready to. These are all the things that you can show on social media. I even like to show this. I tell my students in cookie classes to cash, you're going to show a before, a during, and an after. Show you prepping for your class. And that could just be a simple 10-second video of you showing prepping for your class at home, making your cookies, making your icing, whatever it is. I want you to show you during your class. Maybe that is you prepping and setting all of the workstations up. Maybe that is you teaching if you have someone that can videotape you or take pictures of you teaching in the class, even better. Those are gold. And then afterwards, I want you to show like maybe cleaning up or showing your students with their beautiful decorated cookies. I excuse me, I always have my students grab at the end of the class, I always have them grab their favorite cookie and we take a group photo. One, it just kind of rounds out that night or the end of that class to say, oh, okay, like as you see people getting to move around and they're starting to get kind of antsy. You can tell some people need to go, which is totally understandable. I say, grab your favorite cookie that you decorated tonight and let's go take a picture. I love seeing it. They get so excited to get their favorite cookie. You've got a group photo that you can use in an email later on. You can use it on social media later on. Just get permission to use it on social media. But you can also take individual pictures. A lot of times they'll want to take individual pictures with you. And guess what? That's going to serve as your behind the scenes footage for the next class that you're going to be promoting. Okay, do you see how that works? I love it. I could just talk about this stuff all day long. It's just like, I love it. Number two way is you're going to do short videos of past students. So just like I said, you're taking those photos of your students, show the videos, show them even like talking about their first cookie and to their last cookie and what that's like. Show them how they get them to, if you can get an interview from them, that is golden. I know that can be a little hard because not everybody wants to be on camera, but that's even great. But even just showing them working, even if they don't want to have their face on camera, you just have it from the back of their head, showing them decorating their cookies. Those are really, really good clips as well to showcase on social media. And then number three are cookie decorating videos. Like I said before, we have a great medium that people love to see pictures of, videos of, and you don't have to show your face at all. You could do a time-lapse video of your cookie decorating with one of the cookies from your class and show like, this is the cookie that we're decorating in class. Like, I can't wait to show you. There are some teachers that show all 6 cookies that they're decorating and they do a cookie decorating video. And guess what? Like, it doesn't have to be just a video of that. You could put words over the top of it and say something about that class. Talk about the transformation that they're going to get in that class when you're talking about it on social. And then last idea is you're using testimonials and reviews. These are really, really great points of sharing for you as well to show that you are a great instructor, to show why they should come to the class, is you're sharing student testimonials. Previous students who have taken your class, if you can get them to respond to an email, to fill out a survey at the end of the class, that is even better. And so you have their words that you can use on promotional material. You can use it on your emails. You can use it on social media later on to say, this is what Susie said about my classes. This is what Jennifer had to say about taking my latest cookie class, right? If you can get pictures of them, even better. And video, if you can get them on video talking about it, that is golden. That is golden. I remember at CookieCon in Reno just last month, I was able to interview Patrina and Jackie from Cookie Classes to Cash. And I was like, they were doing they had somebody taking photos, like professional photos and everything. And I was like, hey, girls, while you're all like dressed up and looking all pretty, come over here and film some videos for us. And they were so kind to do that. So, so kind. You're going to see Patrina here in a minute. I'm going to introduce you to her. But social media. So when you're posting on social media, create a schedule for yourself. I've created like just some nuggets here of how you can get started when you are talking about posting and scheduling your content on social media. So I recommend doing 3 to 4 posts a week for that 2 weeks leading up to your class. So you're posting about, if you're posting every day, that's about half the content. You're talking about the class that you are going to be doing. If you're posting 3 or 4 times a week, you're talking all about your class in those social media posts. And when I say social media posts, that could be a reel, that could be a post, that could be a carousel, that could be a story. That's what we're talking about. I also recommend using stories daily. If you're not using stories, I kind of say on Instagram that you have your feed. It's like a mullet. Like your feed is where like things look good and pretty and nice. And your stories are kind of where you have that behind the scenes. It's probably why like I love stories so much. And I rarely like scroll my feed. I'm looking at stories. I want to know what's really on in your life. Did your kid get sick? Did you I want to see? Sorry, I think it just like paused there. So make sure you're using those stories daily. You're using those stories daily. And then go live at least once leading up to your class. You've probably seen me do this. Like I have gone live talking about the boot camp because I'm excited about it. And I know that that can get in front of more people. I don't have a ton of people that come to my lives, even though I have a big audience, but I know that lives are important. Like I have to do them and I have to just like suck it up, buttercup, and still do it even though it may not be like my favorite thing to do, or if I'm like, no one's going to come to this, like, why am I doing this? Well, because I was told to do this. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm telling you to do it. So that's what you need to do. Okay, I'm going to sit back down because my feet are tired. Okay. Uh Module 4, let's talk about extending your reach. Guys, I have to tell you a secret that when I was writing this content for night 2, because it is brand new content, this is all brand new. I haven't ever taught this before. I had a really nice framework, what's it called? Alliteration that was the word sweet, SWEET. And I changed it because I had marketing, your cookie classes, and I needed an E instead of marketing. But it was kind of cool and all, but I just kind of diverted from it. So I apologize that it's not like a pretty framework that it spells out SWEET, but I should have put it in there. And then I was going to put it back in there and then I ran out of time. But extend your reach is the second E. For tonight, and we're going to talk about how are you extending your reach. Oh, this is my quote. More eyeballs are going to equal more signups. So even though you're like, I don't think anybody's going to come to my class, like I'm tired of talking about it. If you get more eyeballs on your stuff, on your social media, on your email list, especially, that is going to equal more signups. It's just like whole whole math thing. Okay, let's talk about easy ways to reach new people and how do you get those eyeballs on your stuff. This is a big one, and it's always a really big one of like, how am I going to do this? Well, we're going to talk about 4 different ways on how you can do this. Number one is you can partner with local businesses. I love this one so much. You can partner. Remember last night we talked about different places that you could host your cookie class. We talked about boutiques. We talked about ice cream shops. We talked about coffee shops. We talked about what are they? Co-working spaces. We talked about different places like that of where you could host a class. Those are those local businesses that guess what? You can partner with a local business like the coffee shops, ice cream shops, furniture stores. Yep. And you can leverage their audience and you get to share your audience with them. It's a reciprocal relationship that you have with them and it can help grow the eyes on your stuff. I've done classes in clothing boutiques. I've done classes in an ice cream shop. I've done classes in a coffee shop. I've done classes in a furniture store, a local furniture store, right? Because they already have tables and chairs set up. And so it worked out really well and super fun. And Um, it was fantastic. But leveraging that local business when they're promoting that class as much as you are, that's getting more eyeballs on your stuff. That is huge. Okay, so planning your class also is, oh, I think I'm supposed to say easy ways. It's not supposed to say easy, planning your class. It's supposed to say easy ways to reach new people. But it's sharing. Ask past students to tag a friend and share a picture from their class. Are they comfortable sharing a picture, tagging you in it, posting about it on social media? That is fantastic. Don't be afraid to ask for that. I know that that one can be a hard one to ask for, but definitely do that. Discounts. You can offer referral freebies for your students who bring a friend. If you have those VIP students, I like to call them, the people that are coming to your class over and over and over again, those are great to offer discounts to say, hey, if you bring a friend, they'll get half off. Or if you bring a friend, give you $10 off of your next class or this class or whatever. So treat them like they are super important customers because they are. So offer some referral freebies to them. That's going to help bring eyes to your stuff as well. Okay. And then, oh, just keep going away sometimes. And then the last one is sharing. Don't be afraid to ask people to share about your class, especially if it's a local business, if you have like a local influencer in your area. Don't be afraid to ask them to share about it. I know, like, maybe it was like last week, I think. Um, oh my gosh, I just forgot her name. The colorful cookie, Nancy Westfall, a sweet friend of mine, um, talked about my boot camp. And maybe that's how some of you heard about my Cookie Class boot camp. But she was so gracious and was talking about my class and talking about my boot camp and shared it in her social media. And I was like, thank you so much, Nancy. That is so nice. Thank you so much for saying something about it. And so don't be afraid to ask about that. Don't be afraid to say something because you never know when they might take you up on it and they might talk about it. Um, okay, so that is not planning your class. That is easy ways to reach new people. Oh, I just clicked on that. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, and the last one is timelines matter. So this is our T. The one that messed me up was the marketing your cookie class, but I just couldn't think of anything else to say, like without saying just marketing your class. But module number 5, we're talking about timelines matter. So what does that mean? Well, the biggest mistake I see people make is when they are waiting too long to promote their classes. This is for the people that are not selling out and they're like, what, like, why are my classes not selling out? And maybe they didn't have it all together and figure out what they were going to teach or where they were going to teach until right up into the last minute. That could be why. But oh, and I was supposed to separate these up into 4 spaces. But let's talk about the general timeline. You're just going to look at this slide for a little bit longer. So this is a general timeline. Maybe this is good because you can take like a little screenshot of this and have this as a quick reference for you for your classes. So this is if you are planning 3 weeks out from your class. The 3 weeks before your class, we kind of touched on this already, but you're going to have that announcement email. This goes for social media as well. You've got that announcement. You've started talking about the class, but this is, hey, this is the date, this is the time, this is the location, and this is how you can register. Registration is open here. So this is your announcement email to let them know, I want you to come. You could do a wait list before then, but I really recommend that you go ahead and make that announcement. If you want to have a wait list for your next class, you could totally do that and have that available for them. And then you have 2 weeks before your class is a register now. This is a register. This is registration is open. This is when you can give that early bird incentive is that 2 weeks before your class is going to happen. You're going to have that early bird actually from 3 weeks to 2 weeks, maybe. Like maybe you do it for a whole week. You're really sending that email maybe to your VIPs. You're talking about it a little bit more. You are again creating that sense of urgency of why should they buy the ticket now versus 2 weeks from now or a week from now, right? Giving them that early bird incentive to buy. And that could be $10 off your class. Maybe it is you get a free cookie cutter with if you join early bird. Maybe it's they get a free recipe if they do the early bird. Lots of different things that you can incentivize them with. Probably a discount is going to be like the number one thing I would recommend is that you give them for that early bird. Number three then is 1 week before the class. This is your ramp up. Again, you're talking about urgency. You're talking about scarcity. We only have so many seats left. I want to make sure that you get in before the doors close, before I cut off registration, all of those things. And so that's what your 1 week before is going to be. And that's just your reminders. That's where I like to send a reminder to my students as well that have signed up for the class. Say, hey, I can't wait. You guys got reminder, hopefully you got reminder emails and workbook emails. Hey, I can't wait for you to come to the class. I can't wait for you to be there. This is what you need to bring with you. Nothing, but you're just ramping up that excitement and building that excitement. That's part of your buzz. Even, and I had someone ask this, I think it was at CookieCon when I taught this presentation at CookieCon. They said, do I still send those emails even if my class is already sold out? Like, what if it sells out within 2 days? Am I still sending out those emails about, hey, sign up for the class? And you know what I told them? Yes, because you're going to be talking about your next class. So once you have that one class, this is like past your first class. Once you have that class that is on there, you want to make sure that you have that next class that you want to teach. Maybe it's not for another month, and that's okay, but have a wait list for it. Try and hopefully you can have the cookie samples made that you can show them what that class is going to be and build that anticipation. So even if you're like, hey, I sold out, it was just like a miracle. I sold out my first class in like 3 days. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. That's fantastic. But don't stop talking about it. Don't stop creating that buzz around there because you may not be as lucky on that second time. So be building that one up as well. And then what are you doing like 5 before the end of your or before your class is? That's when you're doing your last call. I like to do 5 days before. It just kind of depends on when. Sometimes I do 3 days. It's just going to depend on when I'm making my icing and my cookies. A lot of times I'm making my cookies like a week in advance, and then I'm making my icing like the day before. I don't like to make my icing really earlier than the day before because of separation. But 5 days before is when you're doing the last call. The doors are closing. This is the last time for you to join this cookie class. This is it. Okay, and then our last one here. Again, I had an extra T in here, so it would have been sweet, SWEET. It just didn't work out. I wanted it to work, but it didn't. Take action with systems. So having systems makes all the difference in the world. People are not going to sign up if it is not easy for them and clear for them to see. The reason I tell you to have your date, your time, your location, and how to register is because it makes it super clear for them to sign up. They know exactly when, where, why, and how they're going to come to that class. They don't have to second guess it. They don't have to go, well, I don't know, should I come to that class? You want to make sure that you set them up for success, that they can see exactly what they're getting, exactly how they're going to register for that class. So make it easy for them. Create that system, whatever it is. And the thing is, when you create those timelines and you create that system for your classes, you're going to be able to repeat that every single time. Okay, set yourself up with easy checkout links, clear FAQ pages, automatic reminder emails. I talk more about this in Cookie Classes to Cash, where we talk about registration and payment, but keep it really, really simple. A lot of people want to make it a little more complicated than it has to be. I know some people want to do Eventbrite, which is fine, but they do take an extra fee, which is kind of stinky and I hate. But you can just have your class listed on your website. listed on your Wix website, listed on your Squarespace website. You can have that class listed there. You just want to make sure when you're doing it on a website like that that you know how many people are in the class. If you only have space for 6 people in the class, make sure you're watching that. If you don't have, if you can't put a cap on it where it would cut off. Make sure you have FAQs on that page, on that listing. If it's a class listing, if it's a separate link, make sure you have FAQs on there and set up automatic reminders. This is part of setting up a good system so that you have those automatic reminders that are going out 2 weeks before the class, a week before the class, the day before the class of what they need to bring. This is the email reminders going out to your students who have already signed up for the class. And then you're going to have a simple deadline of registration closes 5 days before the class. This is really talking about what is your cancellation policy and your refund policy. You've got to have that in place because you don't want to have someone who pays for the class, shows up, and then they want a refund. And you're like, caught with your tail between your legs going, well, what do I do? Do I give them a refund? You're going to refer back to your cancellation policy and you're going to say, this is my policy. Anything 5 days before the class, there are no refunds. If you cancel, you can transfer it to another class, but this is it because you've already started prepping for that class. You're going to be out that money and you're going to be really bummed if you have to give a refund because you didn't lay it out. And so make sure you lay it out. People will respect you and know, and they're going to treat you like a real business when you have that cancellation policy and that refund policy on your registration page. Make sure you have it on there. You can reuse photos, captions, and workflows for your next launch. So like I said, you're going to use that same framework each time for all of your classes. Once you have a good system set up and you're like, I like how this is working, it's working really well, you're going to rinse and repeat, and do that over and over again. It's going to make it a really good system for you. So you're going to save time by turning your launch into that rinse and repeat. Sorry, I just like read that on there, but I said it before I even read it. So guys, I want you to tell me, are you feeling more prepared to sell out your cookie classes? Let me know. Put a emoji in the comments and let me know if, oh, Kim, you just gave me a heart attack. She said, are you sharing the PowerPoint? Um, I'm like, yes, it's sharing. Let me know if you feel more prepared after all of this to sell out your classes and to do it. I see Amber up there. Oh, look at your little kitty. I see Amber up there. Amber's doing amazing with her classes. She's doing awesome and selling out her class. Look at all your cookie cutters there. I love it. Um, well, I say that because I want to tell you and reintroduce you. We talked about it a little bit last night. I referred to it a few times tonight, but I want to tell you more about Cookie Classes to Cash and what it is and what I offer. And so we talked 2 nights worth, 2 hours worth of preparing for your class, planning your classes, right? It's a lot of work goes into it. But in Cookie Classes to Cash, it really is a step-by-step membership that really helps you to have a profitable cookie class with ease. When I say you set up a system and you rinse and repeat, this is what we give you inside of Cookie Classes to Cash. We give you systems so that you can do them easily. You can, I always say that like the hardest part of your class is going to be making your icing, but they're done for you cookie class kits. So the designs are done for you. You're not having to search through all of the cutter websites to figure out what cutters you're going to use. Are the cookies cutters going to come in time if you order them? What colors are you going to use? I don't want to have to use like 10 different colors. Like I want to keep them to a minimum, like Summer says. We give you all of that for you and make it so, so easy. We also give you the marketing tools every month to make it easy to promote your classes so that you get butts in the seats, right? And then we do bonus trainings every month. We do bonus trainings inside to help you to do social media, to help you with promoting your classes. How are you talking about it in your emails? How are you nurturing your email list and things like that? This is Patrina that I was talking about earlier. I haven't seen her in here. I saw Jackie last night. But I love Patrina so much. She's been a part of Cookie Classes to Cash for a while, and she started teaching classes. She joined right before she started teaching classes, and I got really big smart with Summer. She has been amazing, and now she is going to be teaching in a culinary school with Spanish speaking students, which is super cool. She's fluent in Spanish, and she lives in a area right outside Chicago that has a big Spanish speaking community, and she's gonna be able to teach her classes in Spanish, which I think is so stinking cool. But she has done amazing, and she has done phenomenal, and she just takes what I give her in the program and just runs with it and has done phenomenal. So I love Patrina, and I always say like I wish I had like 100 Patrinas. Like she really just takes what I have to say and just goes with it, applies it to her business, whether that's been her custom cookies, but also she's not doing very many custom cookies now. She does some corporate orders. She does mostly classes. And like I said, she's getting ready to teach in the culinary school and has made some really great connections in her community to do that. Um, so I want to give you guys a little backstage pass of what you get every month in Cookie Classes to Cash. The first one being our marketing trainings. So we use time-tested marketing strategies and techniques to help you build up your local business for your in-person classes. And we also offer social media trainings every single month. We do social media trainings so that you are leveraging your social media following and you're not stuck going, I don't know what to make a reel about. I don't know how to make a reel. I don't know how to take good pictures of my cookies. I don't know how to promote my classes. And so we do that for you. We give you strategies that you can implement right away to help you sell your classes. We want you to get those repeat customers, what are the things that you're doing to get those repeat customers in your classes? And then we have access to our library. So we have a full library of over 70 cookie classes that you can pick from. And these are all trainings inside. So we have trainings, we have marketing trainings, we have social media trainings, and we have our kits, our class kits. So you can watch those in-depth trainings. I'm going to show you here in a second what some of our latest ones have been. But we have trainings on venues, on seasonal guides, on pricing your classes, on prepping at your classes, and so much more. And then we have our monthly Q&A. So we have monthly Q&As every month where you can bring your questions to the table. We work as a group to solve those problems, to really give you answers of things that you're struggling with your cookie class business and what we can do to help you with that. So we really come to the table, and that's available as a live every single month. The marketing trainings and the social media trainings are also live, where I am teaching you throughout the month, and you can bring questions and ask there as well. Some of our recent topics that we've taught on with our marketing and social media training are a royal icing prep guide and practice worksheets, our cookie prep mastery. So this is timelines where we have checklists, everything you need to know, leveraging testimonials to fill your seats. We talk about bookkeeping. Matt is my husband is a CPA, so he likes to come in a couple times a year to really talk about bookkeeping, talk about taxes, which I'm glad he talks about it because I don't want to talk about it. But it's something that we have to do as business owners, right? We talk about social media and your promo timelines. Like, how are you promoting? What are you saying? How are you using it? Things that are working in social media right now that is different than what was working last month, right? We know that that happens. Cookie photography for sales, how to market to new audiences, how to do Instagram reels. I love those where when people are like, hey, I don't even know how to do an Instagram reel, or what's a carousel. We have those trainings inside, and I really try to cater those to what the members are asking for. What are they saying that they need to? If we don't have a training on it, we'll do a training on it. I think somebody asked last night, I can't remember who it was now, asked last night for a training on the projector, like using the projector images on the cookies. Like how do I do that? And I'm going to do a training on that. I'm going to do a video on how we do that. So um and then we have Melissa, who's also in Cookie Classes to Cash. It's helped her get her life back because, like I was in 2017, 2018, I was spending so much of my time doing custom orders. And while that was great, I didn't have a life. And I was not going to girls' night outs. I wasn't hanging out with my friends. I was missing things with my family because I was making custom cookies. And so teaching classes really allowed me to have that extra stream of revenue and I could spend more time with my family and I could do that. And Cookie Classes to Cash really provided those tools and those resources for Melissa so that she's not spending all of her time. Just like with custom cookies, you don't want to spend all of your time trying to find the cutters that you need, the colors that you're going to need, the marketing material. We all love Canva and it's super fun to create like fun things in there. But if you're like me, I can get sucked down in there and I could spend 4 hours creating graphics in Canva. And guess what? We do it for you. So you don't have to do that. You are able to input your date, time, location, and how to register. And there you pop in your pictures and you're good to go. You don't have to spend hours creating that promotional material. We do it for you. But what about the cookie designs? So I've got you covered there too. We have over 70 cookie class kits inside the membership, and that helps you plan, promote, and teach your cookie classes. Each month, you get two brand new classes every single month in the membership. They drop into your portal on the first of the month. So we have our May classes are dropping on Thursday. They are so good. I showed you last night. They're the cherry and the golf set. I'm going to share a photo of it in the Facebook group, but they are so cute. They are so, so great. I love them. You get a full length video tutorial of me teaching you how to teach this cookie class. So this is me showing you how to teach the class to your students. You already know how to decorate these cookies, I promise you, but this is showing you how to teach it to your class. So I give you the step-by-step instructions that you can say to your students. We have this Argyle print for the golf set that we're doing, and it was a little tricky for me to think about how would I explain this to someone who's never picked up a piping bag. Well, I give you those step-by-step instructions so you don't have to figure out like what to say and how to say it. I'm going to give you those words that you can say them verbatim in your class. This is how you are going to decorate this cookie. We give you an instructor guide. This is just like a sample of what our instructor guide looks like. It's a step-by-step teaching blueprint. I love that so much because that is exactly like those words are exactly what it is. It's a teaching blueprint. Think of your teachers at school have their curriculum. This is what you have. This is your cookie teacher curriculum for your cookie class. So you've got an icing prep guide. So you know exactly how much icing to make for your classes. We give you, you got to do a little bit of math in there for how many students you're going to have. You get the Eddie images and the projector files. You have a supply list so you know what supplies you're going to need for the class, what colors I'm using for those colors of icing and all of that. You get a student guide. I teach in 3 round method. So you're touching the cookies 3 times. And so each of the cookies are done in 3 stages. So, because you got to think about, like we said last night, you got to think about drying time. You got to think about layers. Can you do these layers on the cookie? The student guide really gives you that visual step by step. A lot of times people will print these out and have them in front of their class, or they'll have them up on a projector so that people can see it in the class. Or I like to do them in student kits as well. If you're selling your kits and you're selling the cookies and the icing as a kit, include these student guides in there and you are like good to go. An extra 25, $30 at the end of your class. Oh, golden. Like, I love these student guides for that, and they work so, so well for that. And then you have your icing practice sheets. All of the icing practice sheets are coordinating with the classes that are you are getting every single month. So you get a new practice sheet, and then you get the marketing templates. So the marketing templates, we have the 4 different sizes. So you can post on a Facebook page, you can post on a Facebook event page, you can do stories, you can do, and then there's one other size. Oh, a post, an Instagram post. So we have the 4 different sizes for your marketing templates. So it makes it super easy. I show you exactly, I have videos on how you go into Canva and customize them for your business. So you can use your pictures, you can put in your date, time, and location of your class to customize it. And we make it so easy. So, so, so easy. And then we have the Eddie prints as well, available for all of our cookies. Um, and then we have the projector images as well. And then you get over 70 complete cookie classes when you join. So these are just a few of them. We've got camping, we've got Santa, we've got Fiesta, we've got our spring classes there, Easter classes. We have over 70 classes. So when you join cookie classes, again, you don't have to just only teach one class that month. You don't have to teach the class that is released that month. You can pick from any of the 70 classes, 70 plus classes that we have. You could teach the same one the whole month if you want. If you want to teach 4 different ones in that month, you pick what you want to teach. You have availability for all of it, which is so nice that you have that available to you. And then we've got some bonuses for you guys. We've got some bonuses for you, but first is Pat. I bet this is Pat Kalana that said this, which I haven't seen Pat in here. I don't know where she's at. We're going to get to Q&A, I promise. I want to tell you about the bonuses because the bonuses expire Wednesday night at midnight. They expire Wednesday night. But we've got Pat here that talks about the best membership she's joined. Pat is not shy at all to ask me for certain things, and she knows that she can come and ask questions anytime in the Facebook group. She has learned so much and is able to like book lots of classes with her cookie classes to cash. So the bonuses, you get the private Facebook group for our members. You can see we talked about this last night, what they have said. Amber probably has some photos in here, I bet. And then you can watch me teach a live class. So we have a training on a whole live class that I had recorded professionally that you can watch and see how I pace my class myself. And then we have exclusive member discounts. So if you are part of Next Level Cookie Club, you get 50% off of cookie classes to cash and vice versa. So it comes out to be $70 for both of the memberships. Several people were asking last night about Next Level, and I had sent that out to all of our Next Level Cookie Club members who are therefore they are selling, they're wanting to grow their custom cookie business, which is fantastic as well. And then we have Emily who teaching classes has changed her business. But we've got to get to these bonuses that are expiring. The previous bonuses I just talked about are what you get inside the membership whenever you join. But these bonuses close at midnight on the 30th. So it's a limited time only. Now, I have to say, if you are already part of Cookie Classes to Cash, like Amber over there, you will get these bonuses. Don't you worry. We got you covered. But these bonuses are for a limited time. They will be available. So we have the Quick Start Class Pack. We have a 2-hour class prep plan that's going to take you a step-by-step checklist for you to prep your entire class in 2 hours. So I have the times allotted out on this class prep plan. We have it all ready to go, and it's going to help you to know exactly what you need to be doing to prep for your class. Now, it's not 2 hours that you are making your icing and stuff, but we're saying like once all of that is together, you have a 2-hour class prep plan for your class. You're going to be able to take this to your class and get everything ready to go. And then we have a class launch timeline. So this is like when it's time to start launching your class, start talking about it. We have a timeline for you to follow that also has email templates that go with it. So you know exactly what to post and when so that you are filling up those seats. And the great thing is that you can use these templates and reuse them over and over again. So that is fantastic to use. And then we have a limited time is if you join before the 30th at midnight, we have the sell out your class promo kit. So this is the booked outs. We have a Canva graphic bundle. So these are ones that you can use. These are Canva graphics that you can use on social media. You can use them in your emails that give you ones that like this class sold out, or ones that you can use almost sold out, like 2 spots left. We really um, made these. I can't remember how many we have in there. I want to say we have like 15 to 20 different ones, ones that you can use every month that you can pick from to insert your class photo in, talk about your class in the caption, and have that there so that you don't have to create those graphics. We have the weekly time block template for cookiers, which I love. It looks like these cute notepads that we had. You can't see it, it's too bright. It's too bright. But we have those PDFs for you guys. And then we have 10 plug and play, plug and post class promo captions for you so that you can use them right away for your promotion of your class, just like what we were talking about tonight. So you're not having to guess what to post or how many words and all of that to promote your classes. And then we have one more bonus. I know it's like we're giving away the kitchen sink here. We have packed this with so many great bonuses. And guys, these bonuses are only offered when we open the doors like this 2 times a year. We do it in the spring and we do it in the fall. So these are special bonuses that we don't have these type of bonuses every month and things like that. We have our classes that we deliver, our marketing and social media trainings, but these are exceptional bonuses that we have created just for you, that I have created just for you. We have a workshop only bonus. If you join by the end of tonight, this expires tonight at midnight. It says tomorrow, but it's tonight at midnight. I think it's tonight at midnight. You get the 30 venue ideas for your cookie classes. So this is a list of 30 awesome venues for your classes. And it's not just a list of like, here's like 30. Like I tell you more about them and why they're good and why you can use them and how you can use them. So that's our workshop only bonus. So that's for people that are here at the workshop, you're hearing about it. And you can get that when you join. You'll get that when you join cookie classes to cash. We're going to get to the live Q&A, I promise. But we have a money back guarantee. If you join the membership, you are not locked in at all. You can cancel at any time. It does come out. So today is the 28th. If you join today, your next payment would be on the 28th. I forgot to mention it is $67 to join. If you are charging $50 for a class for a seat in your class, that is less than 2 people in your class are paying for your membership every month, paying for you to have all of the done for you designs, marketing material, social media templates, everything there for you to make it so much easier and to really, really save you time. And if you decide you're like, you get in there and you're like, this isn't for me, you can cancel at any time, at any time. Okay. So now we have our closing and our Q&A time. I want to put on here the link. Oh, that's going to, let me stop sharing real quick. Uh, Okay, I was gonna put the link on there for the, what's it called? The to join if you want to, you can do the QR code, but I don't know if everybody knows how to. My mom does not know how to use QR codes. My parents don't have a smartphone, and she's like, everywhere we go, everybody always talks about QR codes, QR codes. I don't even know what a QR code is. And we just laugh at her and say, "Oh, mom." You are cute. Um, and we just say bless her heart because that's what we say in the South is we say bless her heart. Okay, let me get back to this and I'll have that on the code here and I can share it. But let's get to some questions. Let's get to some questions. If you have any, I saw some coming through. Okay, I got to get to the end here. It's a lot of slides. It's a lot of slides. Okay. Um, okay. I keep saying that. My computer is a snail. I think it is in the Stone Age. And it keeps saying it can't open. And for some reason, I don't know why it says that. Okay. I just want to give you guys so that you can see it. Um, are we back? Are we back? Okay, I think we're back. I don't know what happened. Um, okay, we're going to answer some questions. I'm going to share with you. Oh, good, you can hear me. It was saying that I was going to have to restart my computer because there was something wrong with my microphone. And I was like, no, I can't do that. Okay, let's answer some questions for you guys. I'm having to keep scrolling back up. Okay. We call the first cookie the car cookie because they eat that one in the car on the way home. Joanne, I say that all the time too. Um, I love that. That's so funny. Um, that is so funny. It's really true. They really do do that. They always have one cookie that they will mess up and they're not happy with. And it's so funny to watch them. They will like gobble it up like so fast, and they're like, "Oh, just it turned out right. I'll just eat it." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh." It makes me laugh so hard. I love it. It's just fun, and I used to have people ask me all the time, does it bother you when like people are mess up the cookies or like don't do well? And I'm like, absolutely not. Like I try to ask if people need help. Like I don't just assume that they want my help. I'll ask them, hey, can I help you with this if I see them struggling or going slow? But I love it. I love showing them. And maybe that's because like my cookies are not perfect at all. Like I can see flaws on them just like any artist does. Um, but I know what it's like to be in that position where you're like, hey, I know this isn't perfect, or maybe it's not what you envisioned in your head of it coming out right. Um, so I totally understand that. Thank you so much, Karen. She said cookie classes to cash is really, really helpful. Do you have an actual cookie class that is recorded that we can watch and learn from? Yes, I do. So I have a live class that I taught. I had it professionally recorded. So it's a 2 hour class that you can see exactly how I pace the class, how I talk to them, what we do, how I'm helping them going around. And so I totally have that so that you can see that in the class. And then I do a video in every single class that we release. I have a video of me teaching, giving you the instructions. You get the written instructions, and then you're getting my verbal instructions as well on how to teach that class. Oh, he's doing his laugh. Um, and I recorded a 2 hour long class. Yes, thank you, Amber. Thank you, thank you. The idea of flow are great, but the payment systems website are still freaking me out. Yes, so that can be hard. I definitely recommend that you have some type of system with the register. I do go into that more in the workbook. I remember I kind of cut that out of the presentation because I think I had a slide or two about it, and it just kind of didn't fit anywhere. But I do talk about registration and payment in the workbook. Um, but I definitely recommend that you get payment ahead of time, of course, and that you have that refund and cancellation policy. Those are the most important things. But when you're talking about listing your class, you can use Wix, you can use Squarespace. You can even do, if you want, if you're just starting out and you don't want to have any like overhead of like Eventbrite and things like that, you can even do a Google form. And a Google form is that they're going to like fill it out. There's just no way to take payment on a Google form. So unless things have changed and I just don't know it, and they have PayPal or something, I recommend somewhere where you can take payment. Um, however you take payment for your custom cookies or your holiday cookies, that's where I would do it. If you do a Google form, what you would do is you would take that Google form, export it into a Excel spreadsheet, and you would send them a invoice with that information. So you would invoice them an email with it with the invoice for their class payment, and they would not have they would not be registered for the class unless they have paid for it. So hopefully that kind of helps you out a little bit. How many of you, I'm curious to know, how many of you do not have a website that you use at all? Let me know. I know I how to do that. My existing to my existing. I just listed it just like I would list, a pack of six, like half a dozen cookies. I would list a cookie class there. Um, oh yeah, Karen, awesome. She figured out how to do it on Square. It's pretty easy. Like I did it on Wix. I've done it on Squarespace. Like I literally would list it just like I would list a set of a dozen cookies, or I would list as like a box set of holiday cookies. I would list my class the same way. It was super easy. Um, I have a Square website. I know how to do it there. Not sure about that. I'm not sure on the app. I would think that it's probably going to be harder to do on the app. You would probably have to do it on your desktop or a laptop, and then it would be you would be able to see it, like the customer would be able to see it on their app and be able to purchase from there. But I would think setting it up is going to need to be done on a desktop or a laptop. Um, I have the Free Square website. I do a job form. Yes, that's like what I was saying with the job form to register um, it to my website to pay. Yes. So I added a new item when the class opens. Thank you, Karen. That was great. Karen's kind of giving us a walkthrough on how to do that. It's just harder to do with the workshop here because everyone's going to use something different. Um, and I feel like we do have a training on registration and payment inside of Cookie Classes to Cash. I know that for sure. And we talk about Square and we talk about Wix because I think those are like the most common places. And then we do have one on a Google form. I'm almost certain that we do. We ever do any classes with some more advanced skills, or should we just add a twist here and there? I would say add a twist here and there. I don't have any plans to do intermediate classes, but that's not to say I won't do that. Maybe we'll run out of ideas. Tony and I say that all the time that will we run out of ideas for classes? I don't know if we will because, how many apple cutters do you have? How many Santa Claus cutters do you have? A lot. So there's a lot of different things that you can do, and people want new things and different things, even though they might have 15 of the same thing. Um, we might do advanced classes or intermediate classes. The only thing with those is it's very hard to sell those classes to the public because they are intimidating. But on the flip side to that is you can charge more for that. But you really have to have a good base of cookie class students that are coming to your classes regularly. So if you have people that are coming to your classes regularly, I have a friend that used to teach intermediate classes and did really well. They were smaller classes. She would have like 20 people for a beginner class, and she would have maybe 10 to 12 people for an intermediate class. Now you're charging more for that. She had to pull out more bells and whistles like lettering, um, airbrushing and things like that. And I feel like they were about the same timeline, around 2 hours. They might have been a little bit longer, but it definitely is going to be more work on your part to do that because you may have to get more airbrush machines, you may have to get out more tools and supplies and things like that. Um, I'm feeling more optimistic about selling tickets. Awesome. Awesome, Rebecca. I love that. Yes, very prepared. Awesome. That's the whole point of this workshop is I want you to feel prepared and ready. How do we get the cookie cutters? Great question, Denise. So you can order them from my website. You can order the cutters. It's not included in the membership, or you can purchase the STLs. If you print cutters on your own and you have a 3D printer, you can purchase the STLs. Or if you are a part of the Sprinkle Factory Library, we partner with them for all of our cutter designs. If you're a part of their membership with the Sprinkle Factory, you have all of the SCLs available to you. If you have a 3D printer and you're not a part of the Sprinkle Factory, I highly recommend that you become a member. I think we have a 10% off discount to them if you join Cookie Classes to Cash. But they are great and awesome, and they are great STL files. We work in collaboration to create the cookie classes for you. And then I love that they offer the STLs for you so that you can print them at home and you're not having to wait forever to get your cutters or you're having to purchase them. So they can be a lot more affordable. Do you have any suggestions for doing private classes or birthday parties and how do you adjust pricing? I'm so glad you asked, Jennifer. That is something we're talking about more in May. We're really focusing on doing private classes. Our class that drops in May 1st is our cherry class. And I did that class with the intention of you selling that as a private class. That is when somebody said easy money, that's what I said last night was that was the easiest money I ever made is when I'm hired to teach a private class with like a teenage birthday party was the most common one I had. I taught moms get together or ladies night out are great ones, and that's where I am hired by the host to come and teach a private cookie class. So the host has gathered her friends around, and I'm not having to worry about selling the tickets. They've done all the promotion. They've or the not the promotion. They've done all of the getting all the people. They just have to give me numbers on how many. And then usually we talk about what they want to decorate. So I will just give them like, hey, I have these classes available. Is this something that you'd be interested in? What would you like to decorate? And that is great. So that's something we're focusing on our marketing and social media trainings in May in coordination with this cherry class. The cherry class is very hip and very trendy because cherries are really trending right now. So it would be a great teenage class. Now it makes a great class for anybody in any age, but they are trending, and so it makes like a great private party class. And so I love the private parties, and I do adjust the pricing because I'm not having to, it's usually at someone else's house. So I'm not having to pay a venue fee or anything like that. But I highly recommend the private classes. And if you can get in with like I don't want to say like a network, but like a group with your in your area, that is great. Like a mom's group, a bunco group, like you can do really, really well with those private classes. Where are the bonuses? I purchased a kick plus cash this morning. Rebecca, they will be coming to you. I will be sending out the ones that close on Wednesday at midnight. I'll be sending those out on Thursday morning. So be watching for that. We got to let all those people in that want that early bird bonus. So I haven't sent those early bird bonuses out just yet. I send them out all at once. So yes, Mia, don't worry. We are going to get to those. What thickness are your cutters? So our cutters are they are a little bit thicker than the ones for the Sprinkle Factory. I don't think I have a Sprinkle Factory one there, but they are a little bit thicker. So if you're used to theirs, it's a little bit thinner. It's like the same as like Kaleido Cuts. I would say it's the most similar to Kaleido Cuts. But it's a really good cutter build. I did this cutter build. This is my cutter build that I designed. And it works great for cutting out your cookies. It's not too thick around the edges. Typically, it takes, if I have 6 cutters on the bed, it will take less than 2 hours to print all of them on a bamboo lab. Just in case, if I am doing 3, sometimes if they're larger, I'll do 3 and 3 cutters. And if it's just 3 cutters, it'll print in under or around an hour and stuff. So, but they're a good, I think they're a good thickness, personally. When do you think the next level cookie will reopen? It will open in the fall. So we will do, I think it is slated for August, I want to say. Um, did you say the cookie club is $67? Yes, that is every month. Cookie classes to cash is $67. We do have the option if you want the yearly annual membership. And if you get in and you're like, this is fantastic, I want to move to the yearly option, you can move to the yearly option at any time. You save 2 months of membership, so you save $120. If you do 670 for the year, you have that option as well. Do you have a template for the photo and video waiver giving permission to use class photos? Um, yes, you mean like if people are going to be in your photo? Is that what you're asking, Cody? Like if people come to your class and you're like, I need them to sign a waiver so I can use their photo on social media? Yes, I have that in. I need to like refresh it. I know we have it in there because I created it um, towards the beginning of when I started Cookie Classes to Cash, but we do have that in there. Oh, I need to get these questions over here too. I'm so sorry, Facebook. Um, Bob and Deb says she doesn't have a website. You don't have a website. Well, we need to like work on that. We're gonna have to do some stuff on that. I started my first class in 15 minutes. Oh my goodness. I'm a little nervous. That is fantastic. Congratulations. I don't have a website, but I do have a bakery website app. Okay. Okay. Yes, it is USD. Yes. How much is this? The Sprinkle Factory is $200 for the year. So that is a yearly membership. It starts when you join. It is $200. It is, you have over, it's something crazy like 50,000 designs that you get. It's something crazy. Okay, for the Cookie Classes to Cash guides, do you save them to your PC to print off as many as you need for your class? Absolutely. Let me show you what they look like. I have some right here. So this is our Fiesta class. Here, let me stop sharing this for a second and I can show you guys. This is our Fiesta class. And so this is the instructor book. So it comes in a PDF. So you download the PDF and you can open it and it's going to have a page where you can print it right there. So if you want to print page 1 or you want to print all of it, you can print all of it. And then you have your page 2 is your supply list. And then you have your color. So this is your icing guide. So this is, I'm kind of holding it to the side so you can see it. So this is showing you how much icing you need to make. So this is up here's just kind of a good visual. I'm a visual person. I'm not going to look at like a scale necessarily when I am prepping for my class, but I know a lot of people want to know exactly how much icing to make. So we have that there. Oh, Bakesy. Awesome. You have your projector images. We also have the Eddie images available. And then we have our step-by-step instructions. I'm super, super proud of these step-by-step instructions. Like I said, we're always thinking about drying time. Like you're not going to have your cactus. This is a cactus. It's got like a middle part here. We're doing this part and this part because they're not connected because we don't want to have like it just like all bleed together, right? I am super, super probably OCD about what steps we are doing and when. And then you have like your other step-by-step instructions here for the rest of it. So we have the 3 rounds. So you have round 1, 2, and 3. You're going to go through 6 cookies, round 1, and then you're going to come back around and do the other 6 cookies. Or not the other 6 cookies. The next round you're going to do, you're going to come back to that first one. Because what happens is once you get to that last cookie and you're ready for round 2, that first cookie you decorated is more than likely ready to its icing has crusted over and it's ready to move on to the next stage. And then you have round 3. Not all cookies make it to round 3. Some of them just have 2 rounds, which works out really well too. Like this one, I think only these 3 cookies made it to round 3 because the other ones were the piñata and the and you're doing a wet on wet on those. But those 3. I love the student guide. So this is a sample student guide and what they look like. So you can use these in, oh, that worked out well. You can kind of see it there better. You can use these to print off and have these at each station if you want, each workstation, or you can use these in a cookie kit, which I'd love to do as well, or you can have them up on a projector. Last night we talked about using like the docu camera. You can use that, or you can use this. If you're using the docu camera, you have it with the HDMI cable in your computer. You can have this on there too and show them. And then you have what? You have round 2 for them, and then you have round 3. And then you have, well, you're supposed to have a practice sheet, but I don't have the practice sheet with me. But that is what it looks like every single month and every single class. You get 2 classes every month. Is there a template for cancellations and refund policy? Think so. If there's not, like we can get one in there pretty quickly. Okay. How do you handle credits to apply from previous classes if someone cancels? So if someone cancels and they just want to come to another class, they had something come up, like a funeral or something come up, I will just transfer them to another class. Typically, I just kind of know that like when I'm going for that next class and I have 12 seats available, I will just say I have 11 seats. And so I will just mark that somewhere. Honestly, like it's not like a great system there because you could totally forget about that. But I try to just like make note of that when I've done that. We believe you. I'm coming back. Okay. Me no website, but I have Square. Well, Square is your website. Wix is your website. Just a link tree right now. No website. Okay. Well, this is good to know. That's some wheels turning. Um, Man, maybe that needs to be my next workshop in the fall for Next Level Cookie Club is to be about a website. I have some ideas. Oh my goodness, so many that don't have a website. Okay, I have a Square site, but looking for something better, but not hugely expensive. Is this a one-time payment or monthly? Priscilla, so this is a monthly subscription. If you want to join and check it out, you are welcome to join at $67. And then if you're like, hey, this isn't for me, I don't want to join, you can cancel at any time. You are not obligated to stay, and we're not going to like take your blood or anything like that. Um, I'm struggling to navigate around the Cookies to Cash portal. Oh no, Julia, no, no, no. So we are going to be doing a onboarding next week for Cookie Classes to Cash. So I think it's on Tuesday, I believe. No, it's not on Tuesday. I have a field trip on Tuesday. I think it will probably be on Wednesday of next week um, to help you navigate to show you where everything is. Actually, I'm glad you said that because I want to do a just kind of like a behind the scenes to give you kind of like what it looks like. Remember, I love a behind the scenes of what it looks like tomorrow. If you have more questions, I'm going to do a live tomorrow at, let's do it at 1 p.m. tomorrow, Tuesday. I'm going to do a live and just kind of walk you through what the portal looks like so you can see it, what classes we have in there, because I know that that can be a big part of you deciding if this is something right for you or not. So um, I'll post that again. I'm gonna post it in the Facebook group to join me tomorrow. I'm gonna be in the Facebook group. So you can join me there and get a behind the scenes look. Or I was trying to decide if I just do it on my summer sweet shop page. I'll let you know. I will email you and let you know. Okay, do we have any airbrush classes? Um, I do not have any airbrush classes in Cookie Classes to Cash. I do have airbrush classes in Next Level Cookie Club. I do have them in Next Level Cookie Club. Karen says Sprinkle Factory is so worth it. I've printed 2 class cutter sets already and some custom orders. Yes. Sprinkle Factory is so worth it. I've used so many colors from them and loved every single one. They're fantastic. You really don't even need another cutter shop or they have everything that you need. How do I purchase the dual bundle of we need to work on a bundle of like Next Level and Cooking Classes to Cash. Um I can't put it on your site. Okay. So, Kim, Next Level doesn't open till the fall, but you can join right now while we have the doors open to Cookie Classes to Cash and during promotion, you can join. So, let me work on. Remember, I've got my little list here of what I'm writing down. Um, okay, I will let me get that answer to you tomorrow. And I need to probably have like a sales page that has both of them on there, but I don't have that and I cannot create that in a night. But I will get back to you. So that was Kim. I'm going to write this down who asked that. And I think, Kim, I emailed you earlier about it and sent you, but it may not have let you join because it's closed right now. But I will let you know. I'm sorry, I'm getting stopped up again. Okay. Thank you, Lisa. I will get back to you on that for sure. A website class would be great. Yes, Sarah, it would be. It would be. So I'm looking over here. My laptop is over here. It's easier for me to look at questions. Or I don't know. I say that. And then now that I'm not sharing, I can see. Whoops. Okay. Oh, a sad face. No. Oh, you work until 2:30. Okay. Well, Julia, I'm still gonna do, we're gonna do the well, I don't know. Okay. What's today? Um, maybe we should just do it tomorrow afternoon. Should we do it tomorrow afternoon? I don't have to do it tomorrow during the day. If that works, you guys are all here at 9 o'clock at night. So we could do something later on if you want. Um, what is tomorrow? Tomorrow is Tuesday. I will definitely record it tomorrow, and um, will we receive the bonuses? Yes, you will receive the bonuses. They will be sent to you separately. Um, yeah, I wonder if we should do it at 4 o'clock. So do you project your tabletop while you're decorating? Yes. With the dock camera. The docking camera. They're like $239 from Amazon. Oh, I was supposed to give you that, wasn't I? I feel like I was. I feel like I said that last night. We do have, I have those links with a projector and cookie classes to cash. Um, It depends on if you have to bring a screen. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Depends on where you're doing it. Sometimes you can just use a wall if somebody has a wall. If not, you can always bring a screen that's like easy. The one I recommend has the like sliding, it slides this way. It's just much easier than the ones that like go up. And so it slides out. So you can make it like this size, or you can make it really big. Uh, is that be notified? Okay. We're gonna take care of you. We're gonna take care of you, Lisa and Kim. Um, oh, and Debbie wants to join too. Okay. Okay, the onboarding class is still going to be scheduled for next Wednesday. Yes, yes, we will still do one next Wednesday. That will be, hey, everybody is in here. We're so excited that you guys are here. Um, and we will have that onboarding on Wednesday of next week. This will be just like a sneak peek of what's inside of Cookie Classes to Cash. I'll show you some more classes that we have in there. I will show you what bonuses we have in there, what the trainings are. Like you won't be able to see like the content of the trainings, but you'll be able to see like what trainings, like what the topics were and stuff, if that makes sense. Karen says that she is interested in NLCC. I would love to have you at NLCC. Is what the next level? I have my grands tomorrow. Can you record it? Yes, yes, Tim, you got your grandkids tomorrow. Absolutely. It will be recorded. Recording is perfect. First of all, thank you as I work during the day. Okay, I have a Pico. Will that work? Yeah, so the Pico would work for the student guide. If you have the student guide, the Pico would work. The Pico doesn't work for videoing and demoing what you are decorating. So that's the only thing. Can you please see like for cardboard box for the cookie glass cardboard box? Yes, I'm able to find it on Webstrongs. Yes, paper trays, send or post a link. Yes, I will do that. I can't look at it right now, but I will send that to you. But great questions there. Tomorrow, let's do it at 4 o'clock tomorrow. We will do a little sneaky peek. If you have more questions about Cookie Classes to Cash, I will be happy to answer them. If you are, look at this. I've been like filling up this Kleenex box all day. I go through Kleenexes. Oh my gosh. 4 o'clock tomorrow, Tuesday, April the 29th. We will go over that. I'll show you what classes are in there, what trainings we have in there. Again, you won't be able to see like what exactly the trainings were, but you'll be able to see like the topics. So you're like, oh, okay, like she talked about this, she talked about that. Like, I get it. You want to know that like what you're getting when you pay the $67. And I wanted to do that before Wednesday at midnight so that you can see. Okay. Um, what else? What else? Any other questions? I'm looking here to see any other questions. Um, this will be recorded as soon as we get off of here. I will upload this from Zoom. It does take a little bit, like it took a little bit last night for it to process, but as soon as we get done, I will upload it and send it to you. I also put it on my YouTube channel as well. If you want to go there, get me some good view time on there. I would love that as well. But I did put it up there to do. Even though like I have like a 20-minute like quickie of teaching a cookie class. Um, okay. Thank you so much, Jane. I'm so glad you were here. What is the membership that opens 2 times a year? So Next Level Cookie Club. So Cookie Classes to Cash is available right now. Next Level Cookie Club, we only open 2 times a year. It's for people who want to build and grow their custom and holiday cookie business. Um, Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Can't wait for more in the future. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. I think I was signed up for one of them. I'm not sure which one it was. I like more info for both. Okay. I am writing all of your names down that want both. I wish I had, we need a dual, we need a bundle. Um, because here's the thing is it does lead into like if you're decorating just like I was decorating custom cookies for years and years and years before I started teaching classes. The only thing that I just haven't figured out how to do a like overarching, hey, you can get both of them without it being confusing to you guys. But it definitely, like, not everyone is going to want to teach classes. And some people are just going to want to focus on their um, custom business or holidays or doing a custom order and things like that. So, yeah, but I need to figure out some way that could be an overarching for everyone. I won't have it available like right this, like you'll be able to join and join at this special price. But I'm saying like I don't have like a landing page that has both of them on there to show what they are, but I will for next time. Uh, oh my goodness, Tony from the Sprinkle Factory just texted me. We talk all the time. Oh my goodness, so funny, so funny. Okay, any other questions that you guys have? Okay, let me see. Shannon said, you have some silicone mats, but I didn't see them in your shop. Do you have a link? I do. I will send that to you as well. Um, they should still be there. I have lots available. So they should still be there. The docu camera, I will post the docu camera for you guys. Actually just gave one away at CookieCon, one of the doc cameras. Um, I will have to look and see which one it was that I got and I gave away. It's the one I recommend. It's the one that they use at CookieCon that works really, really great. I love it. Um, and yes, or 4 p.m. Central. It'll be 4 p.m. Central, so it'll be 5 p.m. Eastern. What do I have to access for the month membership? All classes that you've done. So you can. I didn't post it here. Hang on. Let me get the post. Shame on me. I did not have the post in the Facebook group. There we go. And then I can unpin this one. And then I should pin the other one. There we go. So we don't have to access for the monthly membership as classes that you've done. So if you click on that link, you'll be able to see all the different classes that we've done. And we kind of have like different ones in that page. I think, I'm pretty sure we do. If you want to see, we created a really awesome banner um, for for CookieCon, and I'm trying to see if we have, oh, it does show you in there. You just have to zoom in. So it does show you some of them, and it shows you clips of them so you can kind of see. You just have to like zoom in. But that's on that link. You can see the different ones that we have. We need to figure out a way to put that on there, I guess. Okay. We have our bonuses in there are all explained. It's a lot in there that it just kind of explains everything. Oh, you just got a bamboo printer and an Eddie. Ooh, yes. Do you have tutorials on Cooking Glass on how to use them? Yes. So I went to the Sprinkle Factory and Tony and I did a live with the Sprinkle Factory, or like on both of our pages, and saved them and all of that with the bamboo. Tony is super knowledgeable and passionate about 3D printing cookie cutters. She was the first 3D printed cookie cutter shop, if you don't know, like that sells STLs. She was the very first one. Um, she has a really, really great tutorial that I have in cookie classes to cash. So you can go and watch it. And then uh, and yes, Amber, you do have a discount. It is in your newsletter. If you have one of my old email newsletters, it is listed in there on what the discount is for the shop. So just like if you can like search through your email, even if you've like deleted it, just like search NLCC or search Summer Sweet Shop, and it should pop up of what that is. Um, I love the bamboo. I have two bamboos myself, and I love them and use them. My kids have started using them to print like Minecraft stuff, which is hilarious to me. But they are great. So we have the training on the bamboo. We also have the training on the Eddie. I'm in the process of getting an Eddie now, and we'll have some trainings on that as well. Um, I did have Tony agree to do a training for the Eddie and the images that she gives you for because she creates those images for the cutters that we're using for cookie classes to cash. So we don't have the training on that right yet, but we do have just like a regular training on the Eddie. But this is a training on how to use the Eddie for your naked cookies. We're working on that. So we should have that pretty soon in the next month. I love it. The Bamboo is super easy to use. Do you offer just the social media part to your cookie classes, something we can buy separately? No, Annalie, I don't have that available right now. I don't probably really have plans to do that right now. Um, but you can always get it for $67 and get the marketing. You don't have to buy the cutters if you don't want to and stuff. Will you ever offer the images for the cutters along with the outlines? Um, that is included in the membership, do you mean? Will you ever offer the images for the cutters along with the outlines? You do get the PNGs for the cutters. You have the PNG files. I don't know if that's what you mean for it. So you have the projector images, which is the PNG files, and then you have the images, the full color images, so that they can be used for the Eddie. We don't, because I don't think that you really need them. You just need the outline. You just need the outlines for it. You don't really need the full color image. I think it would take way too much time. Actually, I think Tony and I talked about this a few weeks ago. It would be way too hard to like all of the colors that would come into play with all of that, it would take an exceptional amount of time, and it's just something that like they just can't do to have all of the colors there. But there are lots of people in the Sprinkle Factory that use those cutters for custom orders. And so they totally use that. You have the PNG files, you have the files that are in the Sprinkle Factory website. Here's what I do when I am doing a custom set. I will take a screenshot of that website and I use that screenshot for my projector image, is what I use. Um, but yeah, the ways to go for me to afford an Eddie. Yes, they are very expensive. I print my cookies. You print your cookies? You print on your cookies or like you're printing the cookie? Like are you printing the cookie like how are you printing the cookie? I need to know. We did see at CookieCon, they had a printer that printed chocolates, which I thought was fascinating. Um, Oh, most of my orders are mostly printed Eddie images. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. So you're just white, outlining and flooding in white, and then you're doing. I don't know. I don't know if Eddie is going dye free. I need to ask Tony that. That's a good question. Or ask Primera. Primera. Um, I don't know. There's lots of talk about dye free things around these parts. Um, All right. Any other questions that you guys have about our training tonight? I'm going to do a live tomorrow at 4 p.m. tomorrow. And I'm just going to give you a behind the scenes look at Cookie Classes to Cash and behind the scenes and let you know like what so you can guys can see what the portal looks like, how it is. Jolia, we're gonna get you on the road with to knowing like what you see, and it's really easy to navigate. I don't want to say it's easy to navigate because I don't want to discredit your frustrations or anything, but like I will hopefully be able to shed some light on that so that you can know where everything is easily. That's what's holding me back from buying the Eddie. They have dye-free options in Europe for Eddie. Interesting. Interesting. Uh, No, Julia, it is fine. Like we are going to get you hooked up, and then definitely next Wednesday I'll be doing a full walkthrough of everything. But no, it's not you at all. Like I will show you where everything is. Sometimes it can be harder to find like the marketing trainings or the social media trainings. Those are the hardest ones. The classes are all listed from the latest on down. So I am here. It could be something that we are missing as well. So is there going to be a giveaway tonight or did I miss here? I did not have one, but we can do one. I can do a silicone mat and a wet cleaning cloth. Um, and you know what? I should do our cherry cutters. I can give those away. You'll record tomorrow. Yes, absolutely. I will post it and it'll be in the Facebook group for sure. I will have that. Let's do a little giveaway. Let's do a little giveaway. I know the cherry class. Maybe I'll do the cherry class. I'll give away the cherry class and the golf class. Okay, I'm just like scroll. Oh, you know what? I should just. I'm gonna click here. I'm just gonna point to a random person I can't see. And Lisa Spire. Lisa Spire. Lesa. Come on down. Lisa. All right, now I have to scroll back down. Awesome. Thank you, Amber. I know. I can't wait for the chair class. It's so cute. Um, I can send you two of the chair classes. What is the Facebook group? It is How to Teach a Cookie Class Facebook group. Let me put the link right here for you so you can go join it if you would like. Um, and is Lisa still on? It's showing that she's still on. Whoops. Again, guys, this computer is slow. Okay. Um, here is the Facebook group. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad it was helpful. I am so glad it was helpful. Um, Looking forward to teaching my first class. Yay, good job. Yay, I'm excited for you, Michelle. Awesome. Okay. All righty, friends. Well, if you have other questions, if you think of any, if you're watching later on, let me know. I'm going to join you tomorrow at 4 o'clock. We'll do a special, just kind of a behind the scenes look at what is inside next level, or I'm sorry, cookie classes to cash and what classes we have in there. I want to do a class for my homeschool. Awesome. They're very remote. That's awesome, Leanne. A lot of people have done that. I have not done that yet, but I know several. I have several cookie friends that have done that, and they're awesome. Thank you, Julia. Julia, we're gonna get you hooked up. I'm excited. I am excited. Um, all right, guys. Any other questions before we go? I want to make sure we catch everybody's questions. Um, Thank you guys again. Y'all have been amazing and it has been so fun. And there's Lisa. Lisa, you won a giveaway. I love it. So just send me your name and address. I already sent out the ones that won last night. So send me your name and your address to summer@summersweetshop.com and I will make sure to send it out to you. So I sent them out last night. I'll have to print these cutters for the cherry class, but I will get those sent out to you. Um, okay, guys. Any other questions? Oh, how can you see the next class? I will show you tomorrow. I'll have better lighting and stuff when it's like at 4 o'clock. I'll have better lighting. I'm going to post them in the group as well, Annalie. I'm going to post the May class because I know you guys want to see that. I did put it in an email. I sent an email. I can't remember. I've sent so many emails today, I feel like. Um, but I'll post it in the Facebook group so you guys can see the cherry class. So I have the cherry class and we have the golf class. So it's just hard to see it with the lights and everything. It's hard to see it in here, but Sarah said, I'm relatively new, but how do you do your icing so that it's still good for classes? Sometimes my icing is starting to separate by the time I'm done mixing all of my colors, so I don't know how to prep all my icing ahead of time. So one thing that helps is if you mix it and you put it in the freezer right away. That helps a lot and really kind of helps it from separating. My icing tends to separate as well pretty quickly. And so sometimes what I will do is use a little bit stiffer icing so that it is, especially if it's like early, like if I'm doing like prep 3 days before or 2 days before, I'll do it a little bit thicker. Um, but yeah, like that helps. If you're doing it like the day of the class, I would say just put it in your fridge. Put it in your fridge as soon as you finish that bag of icing. Like I would say like if you do like you're doing all green, let's say, like once you do all green, you're gonna put that in the fridge. Um, I do massage the bags the day of. A lot of times, like even if I freeze them or if I refrigerate them, I will massage them before I go to the class. And then I talk to them about doing that at the class as well. So it just kind of depends um, on how the icing is that day, honestly. Because as you know, that like sometimes it will separate very quickly and sometimes you have really good luck. So I wish I knew why it separates. I'm sure it has. I need to ask Bree that. She probably would know, but I'm sure it has something to do with meringue powder and water and all of that. Okay, thank you so much. I'm so sorry that I'm blowing my nose on a live, but I hope you guys come join me tomorrow at 4 o'clock. We're gonna have like a little behind the scenes look at cookie classes to cash, answer any other questions that you have. So it'll just be like a little coffee and chat, little afternoon coffee and chat maybe. And It will be fantastic. Oh, I never did send this with the Facebook group. Oh, why did that said? I don't know. Um, that's weird. Why was it sending to that person? I can't do the Facebook group because it's wanting to send it to, I don't know, send a chat, send to all. How do I say all? That's really weird. Okay, well, that's dumb. It won't let me do the chat. That is weird. I did it earlier. Okay. I was trying to send um a chat and it's not letting me. Thank you guys so much for being here. Your the Facebook group, the link is in your email that you got for the reminder as well. So it is in there, the one you got like the hour before, and then the one you got this morning. So thanks so much for being here, guys. I appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow at 4 o'clock. We'll do like a little coffee and chat. So thanks so much. Y'all have a great night, and thank you, Lauren. Hopefully, I have better rest tonight than I did last night. So I hope you guys have a good one, and I will see you guys later. Bye, guys.